guys. Let me figure out how to stop this music. There you go. Hey everybody, how's it going? Good morning. It is 10 a.m. here in sunny Los Angeles. My neighbors still have construction, or I should say destruction, going on next door. So if you hear loud construction sounds, sorry. But anyway, yes, let's do this, Jen. Let us do these code wars. Okay, so today we're going to be doing code wars. My friend Jennifer there, Old Coder Chicken Chat, sent me over a list of 8 cues that I think are all string ones that she wanted us to work on today. So that's what we're going to do. Morning. Hey. Okay, so let me switch over to the mini-me. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm just logged into Code Wars. I finally leveled up to 3Q yesterday. You guys see that? I'm a 3Q now. I'm still number 7 or number 6, depending on how you look at it. I need to tell Imran that he's not technically in the guild because there's a space there. So anyway, but yeah, still in the same spot, but I got 100 more points. Anyway, all right, let me just look up. I have a list here of kata that Jen wanted to do, and we're just going to do them. That's just what we're going to do today. Hey, B, thanks for stopping in. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is called Holiday 6 Shark Pontoon. I think I could probably just search Shark Pontoon. Oh, Pontoon. Oops. Okay, there we go. I've done this before, but that's okay. We'll do it again. No worries. It's been a long time. I can't remember when I did this before, so it's fine. Okay, so this has a lot of words. Let's just start it, and then I'll read the instructions when we're in. Okay, Holiday 6. All right, so your friend invites you out to a cool floating pontoon around a kilometer off the beach. Among other things, the pontoon has a huge slide that drops you out right into the ocean, a small way from a set of stairs used to climb out. As you plunge out of the slide into the water, you see a shark hovering in the darkness under the pontoon. Crap. Crap is like the least of it. Like, what? Can you imagine? Okay. You need to work out if the shark will get to you before you can get to the pontoon. To make it easier, as you do the mental calculations in the water, you either freeze when you realize you're dead or swim when you realize you can make it. Okay, I feel like there's a comma missing somewhere in that sentence, but okay. You're given 5 variables. Shark distance, which is a distance from the shark to the pontoon. So the shark will eat you if it reaches you before you escape to the pontoon. Okay, that makes sense. Shark speed, that's how fast it's moving in meters per second. Okay, his distance in meters. I'm going to assume the distance is in meters. This is an 8Q, so I'm assuming we're not going to have to. Hey, Hadoken. I'm going to assume we're not having to deal with, like, yeah, it's 8. Anyway, pontoon distance is how far you need to swim to safety in meters. Okay. And U speed is how fast you can swim in meters per second. Dolphin, a Boolean, if true, you can half the swimming speed of the shark as the dolphin will attack it. That would literally never happen, but okay. And then the pontoon, you and the shark are all aligned in one dimension. If you make it, return alive. If not, return shark bait. Okay, so Jen, first of all, I can see why this is on the list just because that was a lot to read for what I'm pretty sure is just a math problem. So, fun story, I'm pretty sure when I did this before, I didn't actually read the problem and I just looked at the examples. But, okay, let's prep it out. All right, we're practicing. So prep, for those of you who have been practicing for your technical interviews, first you want to write and then you want to do prep. So the first thing you would do in a technical interview, somebody's going to give you a question. If they gave it to you verbally, you're going to ask if it's okay if you just write out what they asked you. So, you know, oh, yeah, thank you for that question. Can I write it out, please? Yes. You know, so you're going to want to do that first. Yeah, I never read them when they're long, Reg. I looked at that one earlier and I skipped it because it seemed like a mess of a question. Yeah. I mean, like, I feel bad because some of these stories are really cute. Like, that's a cute story, right? But, like, when you're doing Code Wars, you don't want to read the cute stories. Like, if this was in, like, Advent of Code at Christmas time, I would read it because the story is kind of the fun, right? But, like, for doing, like, an 8Q Code Wars, like, Anyway, okay, so first you would write out the problem. So I would say something like, given shark speed, distance, my speed, speed, distance, dolphin, say if I make it, right? I'd probably write it up better if I was in an interview, but I'm trying to get through all these. Okay, so then the first P in prep is parameters. You wouldn't actually write out the word parameters in an interview. But in this one, so if I was given this question, I would ask, right? Okay, so the shark distance, is that in meters? Because it didn't actually say over here if it was in meters. I'm assuming it's in meters. Is it in meters? Is it, do I never need to worry about, are there ever going to be, bad inputs, right? Like, is there ever going to be something that's not a number? Is there ever going to be something that's, a negative number, right? Something like that. So you'd ask all those questions. Return, R is return, or returns, I should say. So, okay, so you want me to return a string that either says alive or shark bait. Is that right? Yes. Okay. And then E is for examples. So in an interview, you want to write down at least 3 examples. You want to write down 3 examples if you're given a technical question like this. For 1, it helps you make sure that you understand the question. For 2, you're writing out examples that you assume they're going to say, yes, that's correct. So you're getting them saying yes. And number 3, it's there just in case you do something and they're like, oh, that's not what I wanted. You're like, oh, but the example said, right? So you're kind of covering yourself like, oh, silly me. When you said this example was right, I assumed it was right. Right, so you would write out your examples. I'm not going to do that, but these are the 3 examples they give you. And then the last P is pseudocode. Pseudocode. So before you ever start writing any code, you want to kind of write out in plain English your thought process and what you're going to try to do. And I am going to do this because that's actually what I need practice with, is writing pseudocode. So I'm just going to delete all this. I'm going to keep the P for pseudocode. Okay, so my pseudocode is going to be, okay, I need to compare my speed times, well, see, no, I'm already writing code. I am terrible at pseudocode, you guys. Okay, I'll just say it in English, okay, and then I won't practice writing it, but I'll just say it. So basically, I need to find out if the distance I am from the pontoon boat times how fast I'm going is more or less than the shark's distance from the pontoon boat and how fast the shark is going. And then I need to take care of the whole dolphin thing that changes the shark speed. Okay, so that's in English what I'm going to do. So let's start writing. Howdy. Oh, you keep lurking. It's cool. It's cool. It's nice you have a job that you can kind of lurk on Twitch with. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to try to start writing this out. I'm doing this in JavaScript. I only know JavaScript. I know a tiny bit of Python just because I can speak English, and Python's pretty close to English. But I am going to be trying this in JavaScript. So here we go. And you guys have been able to see my screen, right? Yes. Okay. Sometimes I forget to shrink myself. Okay, so I'm going to return. I'm going to do a ternary. So I'm going to check if my speed, so u speed times how far I am from the pontoon is greater than the shark speed times how far the shark is from the pontoon. Okay, so let me think. If how fast I'm going, so if this is true, the shark's going to eat me because that means that it took me longer than the shark. So if that's true, I'm going to return shark bait. Otherwise, I'm going to return alive. And do I want to have an equals? Yeah, I guess, right? Because if we get there at the same time, he's going to eat me. Okay, and then I need to, so do you all understand what I did there? See, sometimes I'm not good at showing my work. So basically, I'm checking how long it's going to take me to get to the boat, right? Because if I'm moving at, so in this example, this first example, pontoon Oops. Oh, geez. Ooh, I don't want to type down there. In this example, pontoon, that is not how you spell pontoon. Distance is equal to 12. My speed, so u speed, is equal to 4. And then here I'm actually going to write out 4 meters. And this is meters per second. And then the shark thing, so like shark distance is 50 in this case, 50 meters. Shark speed is 8 meters per second in this case. So by doing 12 meters per second, or 12 meters times 4 meters per second, I get, it'll take me 4 meters per second. Or do I want to divide? Pontoon distance, I want to do pontoon distance divided by my speed, right? All right, because I want to do 12 meters, and how long is it going to take me? It's going to take me 4 meters per second, which will leave me with 3 seconds. Yes. So I want to do the same thing here. I want to do shark distance. So I had it backwards, I think. Original talk to the problem, how you want to solve it would have made some great sense. I know, but I can't think of how to write that down. Like, thank you. I have such a disconnect between what's going on inside of my head and what is coming out of my mouth. Like, and I know it's a skill and it takes practice, and I just need to keep practicing. So it'll take the shark 50 meters divided by 8 meters per second equals whatever, like 6 seconds and change. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here on this ternary. One sentence at a time. Thank you. I will practice that. One sentence at a time being the key piece of advice there. Because when I'm nervous, like in an interview type situation, I tend to blabber, in case you haven't all noticed. So I need to just woo-saw, good energy, calm down, and slow down. And I think I'll be fine. Okay, so we've got our ternary. Let me make it bigger so we can see here. So you can see right now, if there wasn't the dolphin thing to worry about, I believe that this would return the right answer. Basically, if it takes me longer or equal to how long it takes a shark to get to the boat, I'm dead. I'm shark bait. Otherwise, I'm alive. So now I need to deal with the dolphin. And my thought on how to deal with the dolphin is, they said that it's just going to have the shark speed. So I'm thinking I can just take care of that up here. And then I won't have to change my return line. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to, so if dolphin, right? If there's a dolphin, shark speed is going to be half as much. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. So if there's a dolphin, I'm cutting this number in half, and so that it'll change there. If there's not a dolphin, it doesn't even care about this statement, and it'll get there. That's how I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm glad, Jen. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I hope, we'll see if I get it right. It'd be funny if I get it wrong. All right, let's see. Hey, greens, 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 greens. Yeah. All right, let's see on the attempt though, because a lot of times you'll hit test on Code Wars and you'll think you got it and you're like feeling yourself, and then you hit attempt and it's like you failed 54. But I don't think that's going to happen this time. There we go. There we go. First one down. Boom. All right, so this was a math problem. This wasn't tag string, was it? I don't think this one was tag string. If it was, it shouldn't have been. But there you go. First code war for the day down. Done. All right, let's do the next one. All right, next we've got Polish alphabet. Oh, God. I remember this one without even having to look at it. This one bothered me. Let's do it. Polish alphabet. There we go. This one bothered me, for real. I thought I had to do stuff with like character codes and stuff like that. I didn't, but I thought I had to. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm so thirsty today. Okay, so this is a 8Q. This is definitely a string one. So here we go. For our boot camp, for anybody that's watching that isn't part of the coding boot camp we're in, we have an assignment this week to do 5, 10, I don't know. Let's call it 5 code wars that are tagged as string code wars. So yeah, that's why we're kind of focusing on it this week. And it's good to kind of drill your string methods. Okay, so this says Polish alphabet. There are 32 letters in the Polish alphabet as opposed to 26 in English. There are 9 vowels and 23 consonants. Your task is to change the letters with diacritics. So diacritics are these little beautiful squiggly bits and accents. So this A is changing to an A and so on and so forth. So they've given us the information here we need. So you need to change the letters with diacritics to like more of a Roman alphabet, and you need to print out the string without the use of the Polish letters. For example, this name that I will not try to pronounce because I do not speak Polish will become this name without the diacritics. Okay, cool. So let me tell you how I did this the first time. I think what I did was I made an object literal with these, and then I did a whole for loop. It was a thing. There were loops. I have a thing for for loops. It got messy. I think I can do this with a method and not for loops. So let's make an object literal because I do think I need that. So I'm going to call this const diacritics. I'm not going to want to write that out. Diarom, right? Diacritics to Roman. Or dianorm. Yeah, we'll call that dianorm. Okay, so this is going to be our object literal. And I'm just going to copy all this and paste it here. Let me tab it over. Okay, now I need to make this look like an object. So can I? I'm wondering if I can. No. I thought maybe I could get away with the atom thing where you have, you can like do the same thing on 10 lines at once. But you can't. So that's all right. We'll just do this the hard way. All right, so going through, our keys are going to be the Polish letters, and our values are going to be the English letters. All right, so I'm just putting quotes around them all. I wish they would have done it on that side. I feel like most of this time is going to be putting these quotes. But my thought is, once I get this in here, I won't have to worry about like character codes or anything loopy. I mean, I'm telling you all, when I did this one, I went down a rabbit hole. Like, I thought, oh, this is going to be one where I have to know the character codes of all these ones with the diacritics, and I need to, I don't know what I was thinking. Don't be me. Okay, so we've got our object here. So the keys are the Polish letters. The values are the anglicized versions of those letters. Okay, so yeah, so the creating the object part, we got that part. Now what to do? Okay, so my thought is that, okay, so let's prep this first. Okay, so they're giving us a string. Okay, and I probably want to ask, will it ever be empty? Will there ever be a funny character that isn't included in this list that you gave me, right? Like, do I ever have to worry about, like an accented I, right, or something? Ask the questions. And then the return, I would say, okay, so you want me to return a string of the same length of what you gave me, but with these values replaced with these. And then, yeah. Okay, and then the examples are down here. Again, I am not going to try these. Oh, look, they've got Marie Curie. I can read Marie Curie as one of the examples. And so I wonder if these two are famous too. Does anybody know anything about Polish notables. Are these people notable as well? Probably, right? I don't know them. Sorry, my phone keeps buzzing. Okay, so anyway, so examples are these below. And then my pseudocode would be, I'm going to set up an object literal with the Polish letters and their anglicized versions. Then I need to move through the string, replacing values that are in that dictionary with values with the values there. You can phone a friend. Yeah, I mean, if someone wants to Google these names while we're doing this, that'd be pretty cool. I'm curious. I have to believe that they're probably famous names that I just am uneducated about. So if anybody wants to look up this Blazinski and Valesa, go for it. Okay, so I need to move through the string, and basically I'm going to be checking my dianorm object to see if the character I'm looking at is in there, and if it is, I'm switching it to the value. So I think I can use map. So I'm gonna do string.split so that I can use map. So I'm splitting it, and then map, and then I'll look at the character. I always like to use X. I know a lot of people like to use C, which makes more sense, probably character, but it ain't me. All right, so I'm gonna map, and then I'm gonna say X. So the character becomes either, so I'm gonna say, all right, let's make a real function out of this. Here, let me move it up a little. Okay, so you're looking at a character. See, this is, I didn't do my full-on pseudocode. So basically, I did do the pseudocode. I did. So you're looking every character. You're seeing if the object has a key that matches the character you're looking at. If it does, you're replacing that key with the value from the dictionary. If not, you are just living your life and keeping what you already have. So if dianorm dot includes, no, not includes, because it is an object. So if dianorm of X, right? So if that exists, then X equals dianorm of X, right? Else X. Do I need to do it? When do I need to say return here? You know what? I'm going to turn this into a what you call it? Ternary. So dianorm of X. If so, I'm going to use dianorm of X. Otherwise, I'm going to do X. Does anybody else do their what you call it? Their ternary statements like that? They're like da 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 da. I talk to myself when I'm doing it because that helps me remember the question mark. Oh, don't feel guilty for only knowing English. Don't feel guilty. English is the only language I'm very fluent in. Spanish, I can understand fluently, and I should, by all rights, be fluent in speaking it, but I'm a terrible child and just always answered my mom back in English. And then I know lots of random stuff in other languages. So, yeah, Robodom's right. Jen, if you ever want to learn another, if I can speak, another language, like, let us know. Let's do it. Let's learn another language. It's fun. Okay, so I don't even need to have this return. I can just do that. Okay, so I'm splitting the string. For each character, I'm seeing if there is if I think that this is checking the right thing. Like, so is dianorm of X, like, is that a thing? And then if it is, I'm replacing it. Otherwise, I'm keeping what I have, and then I need to join it back up again. Let's see if that works. It's thinking for an awful long time. That's usually not a good sign. Hey! There you go. We did it. Look at that. Look at that. That is a lot prettier than my old solution. Let me tell you, my old solution was like, so there you go. So there you go. Look at that. It pays to know methods. Although this is more of an array method thing than a string method thing, but it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, first try. Okay, here we go. All right, so we'll submit that one. That's Polish alphabet. Boom, done, owned it. Yeah, we're killing these. Yeah, we can do level 8s. We got this. Okay, let's do the next one. Define a card suit. Oh, is this the one? Is this the one with the deck of cards, like with the little symbols? Define a card suit. Okay. Here we go. A lot of them you guys will see, they come up in my search bar. That's because I have a habit of, if somebody surpasses me on the leaderboard, I'll go in and see which katas they've completed, and then I will like copy it, and then I will then complete that one, because that's just how I am as a person. Like, I want to beat them. I don't know. With love, with love. All right. You get any card as an argument. Your task is to return a suit of this card. That's a terrible written description, but okay, so our deck is preloaded. It's an array with literally a whole deck of cards in it, okay? So if you were given 3, and then see how it's got the symbols? So if you were giving 3 of clubs, oh, I wonder if can I make this bigger for you all? I don't know how to make it bigger. Oh, there you go. Is that better? Is that better or worse, you guys? It's a little bit bigger. Okay, so if you're given 3 of clubs, return clubs written out like that, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's do this. Whoa, whoa. Looks like the last time I did it is still there. Let's reset that. Okay, I was a different person then. Let's do it a little better. Okay, so here we go. So you get any card as an argument. Your task is to return. So this is preloaded, this deck, so we don't need to worry about making that. They're going to give us a string that's like this. So, okay, parameters. Let's do our prep. Let's do our prep. Let's not rush through it. The parameters. Okay, so you're going to be giving me a string that contains a card value and a card deck, and the deck will be one of these special characters. Yes. Okay. Will you ever give me an invalid entry? We're going to say they won't, right? Because if this is an 8Q, I'm assuming they won't. Will you ever give me anything else, right? Like, will it ever be a number format? Will it ever be an array, right? Like, ask the questions, right? Return. Okay, so you want me to return a string that just says the suit that card I was given is in, not the value of the card, just the suit. Yes, okay, so clubs, spades, etc. Yes, okay. And then examples, here we go. I would just write out 3 of these examples. And then pseudocode. So let's think how we want to do this. Has anyone else done this one recently? Yeah, right? Like, it's like a week ago. I was a different person then. Don't listen to what she said a week ago. All right. As far as I can tell, there's a couple ways we could do this, right? So we could... Okay. There's the way that I think they want us to do it, and there's the way that I think we could do it. Okay. The way I think they want us to do it is I think that they want us to use like the index of where the card is to define what we're returning, right? So like if the index is less than, there's 13. If the index is less than 13, index is less than 36, index is less than whatever, right? I think that's what they want us to do. But the other thing we could do is we could just check, right? Like we could say, does the input include that little club thing? If it does, return clubs. Does the input include that diamond? Just return diamond, right? So let's do it that kind of cheeky way first and see if it passes. Because I'm not even sure, can you even use like a funny character like that in a includes type statement? Let's try it, see if it works, and then we'll do it the way that I think that they intended this, right? Because they wrote it all out. So let's do that. Okay, so if card dot includes, just going to go ahead and copy that sucker over. If it includes that, return clubs. All right, I'm going to just do this all in. I never write if statements on one line like this, but this is like the silliest if statement ever. If card dot includes, just copy them over. This one seems hard, and then when you actually start working on it, you're like, is it? I remember I spent a long time on this one. Again, I was a different person then. And it looks like this is one that I had revisited. I tend to revisit Code Wars a lot. It looks like I had revisited it at a later date, and that I was again overcomplicating. I kind of wish I hadn't deleted whatever I was working on, because I'd be curious to see what old me was thinking. If you aren't revisiting your previous Code Wars, I highly encourage you to. Not only for the comedy value of seeing what poor foolish you did a couple months ago, but also because if you review the other solutions, you'll learn a bit. And I don't always agree with the top rated solution. Like sometimes I think that's just more for show. But if you find one of the top 3 rated solutions that you really like, you can study it and you can keep kind of drilling it until it becomes second nature. Or you could make an Anki card too. I tend to just redo them. But okay, so this is what I'm trying. I think it's going to work. It didn't say we couldn't use includes. Let's see. All right, yeah, I passed. Okay, so that technically works. But let's and I think that's the best solution personally. But let's try it using their deck here, okay? So there is comedy. I mean, I should show you all some of the. Just today, actually. Just today, I was going through, and I am trying to do Anki more, like the flashcards and like space repetition and all that. So I went and I've done like 8 level 5s, right, or something. I don't know how many level 5s I've done. Not that many. Like people think I'm doing all these. I mostly do 7s and 8s, but I've done like 8 level 5s. So I was going through the level 5s that I've done and looking at the other solutions to see, like, obviously my wall of text is not the most efficient solution, right? So I was looking at the other solutions, and there was one today that I kid you not, like my solution was like 15 lines long, and it was 2 lines. The solution was 2 lines, and it was a thing of beauty. Like they used filter. In fact, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do that one. We're going to do that level 5, and you'll all have a level 5 Code War, because it was just, it was a thing of beauty, the right way to do it. And like, it was funny because in the comments, some people are like, well, I guess that's no, it was reduced. They're like, I guess you could do it that way, but and like, it was funny. Like people were mad. Like they were really mad. Anyway, okay, so let's do it the way that I think that they wanted us to do it, since they took the trouble of preloading the deck of cards. So it's all in one array. Let's see. All right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, I just had to make sure. I thought there were 13 cards per deck, but I wasn't sure. So I'm going to say, so I want to check the index that matches the card that they're given, right? So I'm going to say, if, what do they call it? Deck? If deck of a card, if deck.index of the card, right? So I'm checking the card that they've given me. So like this 3 of clubs, I'm going over to the deck, I'm finding the index of it. So the index in this case would be 1. So if the index of it is less than 13, I'm going to return clubs. All right, because there are 13 cards, but the index of the ace of clubs is 12. So then I'm going to add 13, and then, all right, so then I could just keep doing else, or ifs, but I'll just do else if deck.index of card. You know what? Let index equal deck. I'm not going to want to write that out 20 times. Deck.index of card. All right. So if ind, and you could probably do a switch statement with this, come to think of it, but so if it's less than 26, I'm going to return diamonds. Level 5 code word is behind. No, Jen, we're going to do a level 5 right after this. We're going to do a level 5. And that's all there is to it. And you're going to kick yourself. Now, I will say that this level 5, I would have never thought to do it. And you might. You know what? Old coder chick, the way that you solve your things, and you think in such a different way that I do, and I love it. You might have actually thought of the solution that is the beautiful, elegant solution for this level 5 that we're going to do next. No, like for real, because honestly, it was so beautiful. Like, I just wanted to kiss it. I was like, man. All right, hearts, and then else, return spades. So here I'm just checking the index, right? I'm checking the index in this preloaded deck, and then if it's in the range of the clubs, if it's range of the hearts, and so on and so forth. So let's see if that works. It works. Cool. All right. Now, let's take a bet. Which one do you think is the top rated solution? Which kind of method? The method of checking the array index, or the method of just checking for includes the, like includes the club symbol, the spade symbol, the diamond symbol, the heart symbol? I'm curious what you all think it's going to be. You know you have a passion for coding. You want to kiss beautiful code. Yeah, either you have a passion for coding or you're just beyond exhausted and gone a bit loopy. But all right, you think it's going to be the index one? I think, I know that I think that this, given what they gave us, this is this version of the index is probably the better solution because it's what they wanted, I think. But I think the includes is clever and cheeky, and I like it, and I would have probably upvoted it. Let's see. All right. Oh, and by the way, while you're doing your code wars, after you solve one, always click this button because you get an extra point. Oh, okay. So here, whoa, what? All right, they did one we didn't even do, you all. Okay, so here they made an object literal. Why is this the best one? Clubs, spades, diamonds, hearts, and they're returning the, okay, so they're returning the object value at this key being the last character in the given card string, right? Because sometimes you might have like 10, right? So you don't know how many, so you always want the last one. I mean, I guess that's a nice solution. I never would have thought of it. And especially, we just used an object in the Polish alphabet, and I still didn't think of this solution. That shows you how much I don't think of this solution. Like, we literally just did one that was almost exactly like this. There are varying solutions. So there's like a million ways to solve a problem, right? In Code Wars, and as you get into more specific Code Wars, there might be less and less different solutions. But yeah, there's like 20 different ways to come at a problem, and then people can upvote if it's a best practice and or if it's clever. And a lot of times, I think that the things that are voted as the best practice are actually just very clever, and they're not readable. So I don't upvote them for best practice. But okay, let's see. So return. Here again, they did the object literal, and they're doing the. I would have never thought of that. Okay, so Regina would have thought of object, but not what to do after it. So, yeah. Like, why is this better than this? Like, this is much neater. I don't know. Where's our answer? Okay, here you go. So, includes. Includes was the number 3 answer. What about what is even happening here? Define suit. Given, what? Given A, B, C. Okay, so then given A, B, C, so they're saying that this is A, C, or B. I literally don't know what's happening on this solution. Like, literally. I'm going to pretend that one doesn't exist. Slice, slice. Nobody did the, I feel bad. The person that made this kata went through the trouble of making that whole deck of cards and nobody, oh, here you go, finally. Finally someone used the index of. Okay. Yeah, all right, well, whatever. We're done with that one. Next. Character frequency. I don't like these kinds. I already know I'm not gonna like this one. Oh, no, we're gonna do the level 5. We're gonna do level 5. Okay. Level 5, I have completed. We're gonna find it. Because it was just, oh, it was gorgeous. All right, and you're all gonna get a level 5. All of you need to open up your Codewars and get this level 5. All right, here we go. So, which one was it? Okay, so this directions reduction, this is the one that people in the comments were mad that somebody used reduce. And it was actually a very elegant use of reduce, and the people that were mad can just suck it. This human readable time was not it. Moving zeros to the end. This is it. This is it. All right, so everybody open your Codewars. Okay, class. Okay, but no, seriously though, right? Seriously, you're all about to get a level 5 kata done right now because this solution, it never occurred to me. And when I saw it this morning, because I don't even remember when I did it originally, but when I saw the solution this morning, that was the beautiful one, I was like, man, past me was dumb. Because this solution is, oh, open your Codewars. All right, going back to mini. It's called Moving Zeros to the End. It is level 5. You did this one? I knew it. I told you, Jen. I knew this was going to be one that you would have done because that's how your brain works. Okay. It is not how my brain works, so I did not even think of this one. But, okay, so write an algorithm that takes an array and moves all the zeros to the end, preserving the order of the other elements. Now, I will be curious to see if you did this one in the beautiful way, and I bet you did. Okay, so picture it. You're given this array, move zeros. Like, look at this example. You're given this array. You need to take out all the zeros and put them at the end, okay? Now, past me did some sort of shenanigan, okay? Oh, I wonder if it shows here. Now, I did do it again this morning with the beautiful solution, so if it only shows a beautiful one, okay, no. So here's the beautiful one down here. Look at past me. Look at this nonsense past me wrote. So I've done it 3 times. Why is there this gap here? Nobody knows. Okay, past me did this. Past me felt herself doing this, and then I read this nice one this morning, but anyway. So, here's what you're going to do. You're going to get the array. First, you're going to filter out all the zeros. Then, you're going to do it again, but this time, you're going to filter out all the things that aren't 0. If that makes sense. So, you're taking away, so you're going to return array, or r, dot filter, and you're going to see, is the element I'm looking at, so you want to keep the ones that are not equal to 0. Is it not equal to 0? All right, so that should return like false, 1, 2, 1, 3, A, all that. And then you're going to concatenate doing the exact opposite. So you're going to check, and you're going to check, so you're going back to, because you didn't mutate your original array, doing filter, you didn't mutate it. So this time you're just going to pluck out all the zeros like that. That's it. That's the whole thing. Like, I mean, come on. Like, it is a thing of beauty. Look at that. Look at that. It is so simple and so beautiful, and I never thought of it. Like, at all. It's beautiful. Moving zeros to the end, use a filter, and then concatenate another filter. And then it's beautiful. Well, this one, Robo, thank you, Robo. But this one I'm not really crushing because I was going through this morning making Anki cards of like the hardest ones I've done. Oh no, what did we fail? Oh crap. Oh no. We failed something. Expected A, B, null, C, D, 1, what? Oh, I think I need to do this. Okay, yeah, I needed 2 equals there. Woo! Ooh, I was about to doubt the beauty of the solution for a second there. I was like, gonna like alter my worldview. Anyway, I was saying this one, that solution never occurred to me. Never occurred to me. And then I was reading the solutions this morning to make my Anki cards. Do you guys say Anki or Anki? I feel like it's aunt versus aunt, right? Like I have aunts. I don't have an aunt. But like I feel like the Anki thing is the same sort of thing. The one time you don't want to see red. Yeah. Anyway, but I was reviewing them and then that's how I saw the beautiful solution. And God, it is beautiful. Ah, it's beautiful. Anyway, all right, back to this horrible character frequency thing. Your first thought was to filter out the zeros and then pop in the filtered zeros at the end, and not sure if it would work though. You could. I mean, you would have to somehow have a count of how many zeros to pop to, or to pop? No, pop removes thing. To push. You'd have to have a count of how many zeros to push at the end though, right? Anki like ants. Okay, cool. Long A? Yeah. All right. Because I feel like other people when they're streaming, they're like, well, my Anki. I'm like, oh, you're Anki. Okay. It's fine. Okay. Character frequency. This one, anytime it says frequency, I don't like them. I don't know why. I just don't like them. Okay. Welcome, warrior. In this kata, you will get a message and you will need to get the frequency of each and every character. Your function will be called whatever, and I literally never look at the function names because it's already there. You could call it anything, I wouldn't notice. And you will get passed a string. And you will then return a dictionary or an object in JavaScript, and we are doing JavaScript. How often do I do Code Wars challenges? Every day. Sometimes multiple times a day. I usually start the day, start my computer day with the Code Wars, and it's usually one I've done before just to kind of wake my brain up because I am not a morning person. And then I will do them later in the day when I'm avoiding doing my other work. Yeah, polish the monocle during the stream. It's good. How many do I do a day? I have no idea. Anywhere from 1. You should do more. Is that you, Kirk? If it is, hey, what's up? I don't know, anywhere from 1 to 10. I have no idea. Yesterday I got it. Last night I got it in my head that I wanted to finish out the rest of the 8 Qs because I have last night I had 64 left that I haven't done. And now I think I have 58 left that I haven't done. So today I might do 58. I don't know, but probably not because the ones that I have left of the 8 Qs are really hard and they should not be. And last night I actually was getting a little pissy because there was one that I did and it is not an 8. It was not. It required a whole bunch of stuff that I'm like, this is not an 8. This is a 6. And everybody else was saying in the comments too. And instead of just upvoting their comments, I made my own comment too. I'm like, meh. So, but yeah, anywhere from 1 to 10 Code Wars a day usually. You took a long hiatus. I took a hiatus for weeks, and people still didn't catch me up in the leaderboards. I'm like, y'all, you're slacking. Anyway, okay. Enough avoiding this. I will do this. All right, so you're given this. You have to return an object with keys as keys the characters. Let's say with keys as the characters, or with the characters as the keys. That's a better way to put that sentence. And as the values, how many times that character is in the string. You can assume you'll be given a valid input. Thank you. All right, I think this is probably a good one for doing prep with. Yeah, 8 katas are supposed to be, 8s are supposed to be, I think it even says on here somewhere, you just got started with the language, right? Like you're just getting the hang of the syntax. Like they're not expecting you to know all the methods and the, you know, like all the quirks and stuff. And then 7 is like, you know, you should be a little more familiar. And then 6 is like getting into more like, you have to like actually start thinking about like timing and like complexity and stuff like that. But 8s are supposed to be like easy peasy. Thanks for stopping by. It was really great. Come back next time too. I think I'm streaming again, probably not until next Tuesday. Maybe this Friday. I don't know. Who can say? Who can say? I'm just happy the neighbor's yard is quiet again. It was really loud this morning. It was shaking my house. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, we're given a string, and we need to make an object. So I will make my object, I guess, first. So let counts equal an empty object. And see, I'm not doing prep. Parameters. I'm given a string. There will be no invalid inputs. Okay. Returns. I need to return an object with the characters as the keys and the count as the value. So I would ask, okay, the character is the keys. I'm going to have the character as a string. Yes. And the number or the count, that's going to be a number. Yes. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Jen told me a statistic yesterday that in our top 20 for our what do they call it on here? Clan? I think they call it your clan. On here, there's only how many women are in the top 20, Jen? She'll say it was not a lot. And so women need to be at least half of that top 20 because I'm pretty sure our cohort is about half women. Okay, anyway, so returns, I'm returning the object. Examples, I'm not going to bother, but here are the examples. Okay, so pseudocode. I think what I need to do is I need to make the object, and then I'm going to go through the message, character by character. I'm going to check if my object contains that character already. If it does contain that character already, I'm going to add one to the count value. And then if it does not contain that character already, I'm going to add that character to my object and set it starting value of 1. That's my plan. So, fewer than 5 in the top 20. I have to believe it's because we're just all very busy people and I'm the only lame-o that does Code Wars a lot, but maybe. I don't know. I will say that the interface, and I have said this before, the interface for Code Wars is not welcoming. Like the whole having to solve, you know, the challenge to even sign up thing. And granted, it is an easy challenge, but a lot of people get anxious when faced with something like that, with a test. So this is not the most user-friendly interface to get started with. So I think that kind of stops a lot of people from even starting and getting into it. But even though it's a lot of fun, and there are a lot of fun ones on here. Okay, so I'm going to do one of my baby for loops. I love my for loops. So I'm going through the message, character by character. Okay, so if counts of, this is ugly, if counts of message of I, let me make it prettier. So I'm going to say let cur character equal message of I, just to make this a little prettier for you all, because it's just ugly. Okay, so here I'm checking if the character I'm looking at right now, so like, for example, the letter I, if that is in my object here, I'm going to increment that by 1. So counts of cur car. Can I just do plus plus like that? Can you do that with object literals? We're about to find out. And then otherwise, that is not how you spell else. That is not how you spell else, you guys. Otherwise, I'm going to I'm having a brain fart here, you guys. I'm having a brain fart. How do I add a new key to an object? I think my brain just stopped working. How does one do that? This is what I want to do. Add that key character. Character as a key in the object. Give it value of 1. That's what I want to do. I need to Google it, you guys. I don't know. How do you do it? JavaScript, add new key to object. This is going to be something stupid, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Adding elements to an object. Okay, I need it. That was too much writing. Okay, here we go. Programiz.com. All right. Add a key value pair to an object using dot notation. Person dot. Okay, it's easy. And just yep. Google. So then I will say counts dot curcar. Can I use dot notation with a variable though? Or do I have to use bracket notation? Well, whatever. This is what I want to say. But just because this is not, I'm not saying like height. Like I don't want it to literally be curcar. I want it to be, okay. I think I have to do, is that what I have to do? I could Google it. I'm not going to though. Let's see. Hey! All right. So yeah, you can. That's how you do it. But I think if I had done, I'm pretty sure that would not have worked because that would have literally added the word curcar as a key. Let's check just to see. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Look at all that green. Oh yeah, first try. Okay, because that other one was me showing that the other one worked. So it still counts as first try. All right, cool. Character frequency, boom, done. Got it. Gonna have some water from my panda cup. Do you guys see this cup? See this? Isn't that cute? It's actually my 2-year-old son's cup, but he's at school, so it's my cup. It is what it is. Okay, which one is next on this list? I am loving this list, Jen, because these are not ones that I tend to redo. Okay, crash override. Crash override, that one sounds familiar. I think that's the one with like the names. Yeah, okay, this one. It's your cup. You paid for it. He's just leasing it out. It's true. It's true. He pays for his lease and cuddles. And he's never late on the rent. He always gives me cuddles. Okay, crash override. Where's my mouse? There we go. Every budding hacker needs an alias. The Phantom Freak, Acid Burn, Zero Cool, and Crash Override are some notable examples from the film Hackers. Fun fact, I have never actually watched Hackers. Is it any good? Have any of you seen Hackers? Your task is to create a function that, given a proper first and last name, will return the correct alias. 2 objects that return a one-word name. 2 objects that return a one-word name, a one-word name in response to the first letter of the first name. Okay, I'm not even going to read the words here. I'm just going to look at it and figure it out. So they have objects with the first initial of the first and the last name and what their new name should be. And I need to if I'm given a first name and a last name, I need to return their cool hacker name. If I'm not given, okay, so if I'm given something that starts with something other than A, B, C, D, F, G, all that, I have to return this error. And people might forget to capitalize the first letter, so I have to deal with that. Okay, let's do this. You ever want to see an overly dramatized movie about hacking? Watch Hackers. Oh, okay. You recommend I watch it? Okay. No, because in an interview, one would hope that they're just speaking to me, right? I mean, if they have me read something like that and I don't like the English in it, I truly, truly do not know if I will be able to stop myself from saying that's a terrible sentence. I will try with every fiber of my being not to say that, but if it doesn't read well, I'm going to say it. Okay, so anyway, so we have these objects already. So we're going to be accessing those objects. They're called first name and surname. So the pseudocode will be, all right, the parameters I'm given 2 strings. They might not be valid. It looks like they're always going to be strings though. I would stand out as memorable. I have said some really dumb stuff in interviews before, you guys. Like, yeah, that's a stream in and of itself. Okay, so I'm given 2 strings, a first name and a last name. First name first, last name second. Then I need to return 1 string that is either the hacker name or your name must start with A to Z. Examples are as follows. And okay, pseudocode. I'm going to, should I check if it's a letter first? I think, okay. We need to figure out how to co-stream just once. Yes, I would love that. I would love that. The only thing is when you stream usually is when my kids are home. Because you stream, Jen, if you all don't know, old coder chick on here, she's my friend Jen. She streams, she's amazing. She has more grit than anybody I know. Like she will sit there with a Code Wars. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Time has no meaning. The other day, she was doing one, and it wanted you to use regex, but it's not like it was checking if you were using regex. Like, you could easily do it without regex, but she sat there, and she figured out how to do it with regex, even though regex is a little, but she sat there, and she figured it out. She's amazing. But I would love to do one with you, but you always do it when my kids are home. So whoever's watching would have to be prepared for that blessing that is them screaming for blueberries at random intervals. So, you know. She is amazing. She has so much grit. I do not have grit. It is something that I am working on. I coasted through school when I was younger, and I never had to work on that as a child, which was a detriment to me. And I am working on getting more grit, and Jen is truly an inspiration for grit because she just sits there and she works through it, and it's amazing. She perseveres. Anyway, I would love to do a stream with you sometime. Okay, so I think what I want to do, all right, here's my cunning plan, you guys. Did any of you ever used to watch Blackadder? It's a show from the 80s. But like there was like an assistant guy, and he'd be like, I have a cunning plan. And they were never cunning plans. They were always terrible. But I have a cunning plan. I'm going to try, oh, you know what? Let me put you guys, you know what? I think this is a recruiter calling me, you guys. I have to go. I'll be back in like 15 minutes. I'm sorry. This is a recruiter. I gotta go. I'll be back.